Okay. So Noah, how about Russia? Am I right?
Yeah, what? Fire trucks?
Thought you're
They're
cutting it
always
back there.
rushing around. I just skipped like the
Yeah,
whole joke and just said the punchline.
yeah, yeah.
You heard the fucking Klitschko brothers are gonna fight for Ukraine? That'd be scary. You don't know who the Klitschko brothers are. I can just
I,
see that from your face. I can
sounds
just see.
familiar. Sounds
Well,
familiar.
Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko, I think. I think that's right. Vitaly Klitschko. Yeah, Vladimir Klitschko is like one of the greatest heavyweight boxers in the past, in this era.
In
Or I
this
guess
era.
he's retired now, so but the past era, you know,
Uh,
past 20 years, I guess. And his brother was very good too. Vitaly was,
yeah, Vitaly.
they're also very, very, very good. They were both champions, heavyweight champions. And I think Vitaly's now actually mayor of Kiev. Like,
I mean, I guess that's the next logical thing to do.
oh yeah, heavyweight boxing champion, mayor of capital city,
Yeah,
major country.
yeah,
Wow.
that's who people trust. Anyone could be a politician.
Yeah.
This is the Experience podcast with me and someone else,
Yeah, I'm Noah.
Noah, and the other person is who knows
Anthony.
where they are. Yeah, busy? I don't know. They had something earlier today, so they're probably still occupied with that. Um, no, we're really just here uh talk about boxing. So go ahead.
Actually, because I can go on a long fucking rant about how boxing is fucked up.
Go ahead.
Like, in terms of
I
matchmaking,
just
like, it's such bullshit. Like, it's so political about who fights who.
oh,
Like, I want to see people fight. I want to see champions fight champions. The best fight the best. But no, you got to fight 8 fights first. They just set him up to win every fight. It's such bullshit. That's why MMA is better to watch. Although they don't make nearly as much money in MMA. That's the bad part. So,
yeah,
there's ups and downs to both.
no money. Well, why do you think they don't make as much money?
Because there's an organization like the UFC, and in boxing, there's no like you can fight just for your promoter. You know, there's
So,
no organizing. There's like the WBC, but that's just a belt, really. They could sponsor a fight, but they don't. You can like fight anyone you want. You just don't because that's how boxing is today.
hmm,
But you could.
and it's different than the past.
Well, I wasn't alive in the past.
Yeah, huh, yeah.
So I don't know. I was alive in the past, but not the past past.
I think you were alive in some past.
Yeah, somewhat.
So, what do you got going on? You got dog's about to fall off.
Dog is struggling over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I'm
for
gonna.
our listeners.
She's about to fall off the chair. I'm gonna go save her.
Noah's dog is
She's an elderly
really
woman
struggling.
behind a
She's really
counter
struggling to sit
in a small
on
town.
on a simple chair.
She's 17. Now she's walking in circles.
Yeah. Oh, right. She's leaving now. I think she's leaving the room.
Okay. Yeah, World
Oh,
War III starting. That's pretty fucked up.
oh,
Hopefully not. But
yeah.
that you ready to be drafted?
I don't think
Okay.
they're gonna do that.
Who knows? I mean, they're not gonna do that, but
I don't. I
you don't need
mean,
people these days.
for a draft, who do they decide to draft? Like how does that
My
work?
birthday.
Huh?
It's my
I
birthday.
mean, everyone,
Yeah, over 18.
no
Actually,
matter what your
think
job
if
is
you're,
or anything.
yeah, I think if you're a female, you can now be drafted too. I don't know if that. I
Is
don't
that?
know.
I don't know. I don't know if that's right.
I think that's a thing now.
If you sign up for the selective service, I think.
No, but I'm pretty sure you have to now, or they were
Not
trying to
for
make it.
women. I don't think women had to. But I'm saying if they do sign up, then they would get drafted. But if they don't sign up, then I don't think they do.
Oh, okay.
It
They
depends.
were they were going to like there was like a bill or whatever, but
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. But
it
they've been
didn't
talking about that for
pass.
years. It
Yeah.
was like they really probably won't have to do that. But
And these days, you just need drones and missiles
yeah, that's what they should be drafting.
with
Drone
the first
technology.
pick. Never mind. You see the All-Star game, the basketball All-Star game.
The NBA All-Star game. I did not see the All-Star game, but
Well, I don't know if you're aware of the Elam ending. Do you know what that is?
the what?
Elam ending.
Elam ending.
Yeah, it's a new way to end basketball games. It was started like about I think around 5 years ago. You know what the basketball tournament is? It's like the three. I think it's 3-on-3, 3-on-3, or maybe it's 5-on-5. I don't remember, but it's like non-NBA players. No, I'm pretty sure it's 5-on-5. It's non-NBA players and just like a I don't know how to explain it. Just a tournament.
Just like a tournament. Yeah,
Yeah,
just a tournament.
but
Standing
like
ovation.
some of them are former NBA players. A lot of them are college grades. Um, and that's been using the Elam ending for a while. And then I think this year, and I think last year, they started doing it in the All-Star game as well. And it's so much better. Um, yeah, it's so much better than how a regular basketball game ends. I
And
mean,
like time and yeah.
it's just watching the last 2 minutes of a basketball game. It's similar in football, but not nearly as bad. Because there's no foul. You don't like, foul in football, but there's timeouts, there's out of bounds. That's, slows it down so much. But in basketball, it's a whole other level. Just the amount of fouls and timeouts and just it could take legitimately 25 minutes for the last 2 minutes of a game.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it can
Yeah, because I'm forgetting about like timeout.
timeouts, fouls, then they go to a
Commercial breaks.
review to see who if it was out of bounds on who. It can take 25 minutes. It
Yeah,
legitimately can.
then yeah,
There was a
yeah,
5 minute. There was like a 7 minute review in the Georgia Tech game the other day alone. I think it was like 6 or 7 minutes. So just that alone.
yeah. And then
Um,
you go to timeout after that.
it's ridiculous.
Commercial.
And basically, what this does is, at a certain point, that point can be, decided whatever. But I mean, you have to be before the game. It'd have to be known. But at a certain point, you add a certain number of points to the team that's winning score. You don't actually add, but just take that number and add a certain number of points, and then whoever reaches that score first wins.
Hmm.
That's it. So if it's 50, let's say at the end of the third quarter, it's 80 to 75. Let's say you add 25 points. The first team to 105 wins, and it's so exciting because they're trying to make baskets. They're not trying to foul. It's um, there was one bad thing with it, which they fixed. The issue was like if if I need 3 points to win and you need 4 points to win, and let's say you make a three to get within one, and now I need three to win. You could just foul me and make me shoot free throws, and then you would have a chance if assuming you got a rebounder. But I think they fixed that by saying like in the certain amount of time left, not time left, certain amount of points left. If you foul, um, if you foul on a non-shooting foul, one shot, one free throw, and the ball, which makes sense. So if you did that, I'd get a free throw and then I'd still have the ball.
Yeah, you keep possession.
Um, like a technical free throw. So you don't have like a chance to rebound if I miss. Um, but it basically like at the end of the All-Star game, LeBron James hit a two to hit a fadeaway two to win the game. Like
Mhm.
almost every game's a buzzer beater. Well, every game is a buzzer beater, but if you're up by 20, it's not really a buzzer beater. But if it's a close game, it's always going to be really exciting. It's not going to be
Yeah,
just fouls and free throws and then dribbled out. It's always exciting. It always wins. You will always win on a shot. It's so exciting. And some people say like it might ruin statistics, but like at this point, I don't give a fuck. Like it's so boring to watch the last 2 minutes of basketball. It's just
I don't know
miserable.
if it's boring. I think it's tedious. Is
It
like
takes so long. It's unwatchable.
it's yeah, but I wouldn't call it boring. Like
I think it is.
annoying and tedious, I
Yeah,
think
it's
is
annoying.
probably
Okay, maybe
better.
that's the right word, but someone said like, well, you can't make it that big of a change to the game. Like, this is basketball. They literally added a way to score another point in the
Yeah.
halfway through its existence. Like the 3-point line didn't exist, and they added it. Like they changed crazier stuff than this.
Yeah, I'm in general lean toward like just make the change. Like you don't have to hold on to tradition. They change the number of games, they change all sorts of things. So
Now, for baseball, like the runner on second rule, that's stupid because like it doesn't make the game. It really doesn't make the game more exciting, in my opinion. Also,
yeah,
baseball doesn't need to be more exciting. It's baseball.
baseball's got its own issues, but
Yeah, but like
yeah,
doing that in extra innings is not going to solve anything, and that actually messes with statistics that actually matter. But
I yeah,
that's like the
it's
ninth. That solves a problem. That's trying to solve a problem and failing of making a game quicker. It didn't actually solve that problem. So luckily, like, I think
a
they're getting rid of it.
little
But
small aside for baseball. It's a little disappointing that like including this year, 2 of the last 3 years are shortened seasons.
it's that way for every sport except football.
Not this year. I mean, this year will be a shortened season.
This year's shortened season for basketball. This year's shortened season for hockey.
It was longer for football.
Yeah, except football. 'Cause football didn't start in the. Actually, I don't even know why. Oh, because football didn't end late
Yeah,
like the other ones, so they had to start later.
yeah. Still, but one of the reasons baseball is not starting is nothing to do
Oh
with
yeah,
the
that's
pandemic.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. But
I hate owners.
anyways,
Arthur
you're not
Blank.
on team owner. Okay.
Arthur Blank is the only owner I can get behind. Yeah,
Can you?
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Um,
Big Arthur Blank guy. I don't know. He does some good stuff, but
he's like a really, really good philanthropist and person. Donates a lot to charity and
I'll tell him to get baseball on
also
this.
seems like a good person. The good person, like a rich person that's good. And there's not many of those. Fucking Stan Kroenke over there.
Well, as you say, like in the Super Bowl, which we haven't talked about, but the two owners were like two of the least liked owners in probably all of sports.
Who's the owner? All
The Browns is Mike
Browns?
Brown. Or not
Mike
Browns. The
Brown?
Bengals. Wow, is Mike
Why is he
Brown.
not liked?
He did well. He's not like the well. He's. I don't think fans hate him, but maybe they do. But he just doesn't spend any money. Like he's notoriously cheap as an NFL owner.
Okay.
And
Well,
so like in a
is
league
he
that has
cheap as an
profit
info owner? Like,
well, in a
is
league
he?
that has profit sharing, the other owners don't really appreciate how he spends the least amount of money and still makes as much as they do.
No. There's a whole team named after his family, after his dad, and it's not the team he works for.
Yeah. It's
But
actually a big rival.
Well, yeah, it's weird how that happened. I don't actually know the whole story. But yeah, the Super Bowl. That was a good game. I didn't want the Rams to win because then people would say Matt Stafford was better than he was, and I was right.
Well, they would have said that about everyone, about anything.
Like some people think he should be a Hall of Famer. Like, are you mentally incapacitated?
But, you know,
What?
that was predictable.
He's like 2 winning seasons, and you can say, well, he
And
was with the Lions, but
he had good players on the line.
the quarterbacks have been
He,
with worse teams. Those Lions teams weren't as bad, besides like the ones near the end. Like those weren't nearly as bad as some other teams.
he
And the fact
yeah.
that
Well,
that Super Bowl win is like what made people think, oh, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Like, what? He played fucking mediocre at best in that Super Bowl.
he
What,
played
three
fine. He
interceptions?
was fine.
It was three
He
three
had two
interceptions.
interceptions. He had
Two
two.
interceptions. Okay, but he did not play that well. He really didn't.
He played fine. But yeah, that
Like,
happens anytime any
there's
quarterback
so
wins
many
a Super
quarterbacks
Bowl.
not in the Hall of Fame that I'd put ahead of him right now.
I'm just
Right
saying that
now, the
happens
top.
anytime quarterback.
I know, like Matt Ryan, 100% in him. But
I
Matt
don't
Ryan's
think it.
twice the quarterback Matt Stafford ever could hope to be. Uh, Philip Rivers was so much fucking better. He's probably not going to make the Hall of Fame. Eli Manning was a little bit better, but he's got 2 Super Bowl rings. But they're, I mean, Eli Manning's nowhere near like Roethlisberger and Matt Ryan and Philip Rivers in terms of skill. But playoffs, I mean, if you count playoffs that much more, I guess. But
Got like 8 games of his career.
yeah, I mean, he's a 500 quarterback. I think he's exactly 500 or something like that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna look this up. Pro Football Reference has like a Hall of Fame metric. Now, of course, you can't just use that alone. Not Hall of Fame monitor. I'm just gonna list the quarterbacks that are not in the Hall of Fame below the average line. So like Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady are above it, but I'm not gonna count them. Um,
Oh,
because
I thought
they
you were talking about retired quarterbacks. Okay, any quarterback.
well, not necessarily, but quarterbacks above Matt Stafford that are not in the Hall of Fame. So, and this is order of
Okay.
their Hall of Fame metric from top to bottom. So that's the best to Matt Stafford. Number one, Matt Ryan. Number two, Ben Roethlisberger. Then Philip Rivers. Then Eli Manning. Then Ken Anderson. Then Russell Wilson. Then Cam Newton. And then Matt Stafford. Cam Newton is ahead of Matt Stafford on this. Fucking Cam Newton. You know what? And it's not wrong. He won an MVP. You know how
As I
hard it
say,
is
he
to
won
win?
an MVP.
Matt Stafford
He's,
has one Pro Bowl. One Pro Bowl. He was the top three quarterback in his conference once.
I don't remember who it was, but it was someone said online
And
early
and he
on.
probably just jumped he probably just jumped a bunch, and he did just jump a bunch because I remember looking at this before the Super Bowl, and all of these people were above him. So he just jumped like 10 points.
So,
So before the Super Bowl,
go ahead.
he was below like Boomer Esiason, Joe Theismann, Rich Gannon, Steve McNair, Jack Kemp, Pat Mahomes. Even Pat Mahomes is what, 2 MVPs or like two Super Bowl and MVP. Like he's been he's been top quarterback. Matt Stafford has never maybe once or twice been a top five quarterback. Pat Mahomes has been a top two quarterback for like 3 years. So yeah, I'd say he's already ahead of Matt Stafford. Fucking ridiculous
Someone
stat.
was saying, well, it's hard for Matt Stafford to be a great quarterback with all these, with playing with Brady and Manning and Rodgers. It's like, yeah, that's the point. Is that he was never as good as those guys.
Yeah, even
Those are
Matt
the Hall of
Ryan.
Famers.
I mean, it was just Matt Ryan was drafted 1 year before Matt Stafford, so they should have around similar stats in terms of like counting stats. But they
That's,
just
I
use
mean,
campus reference. Although I think Stafford was hurt a lot early in his career. But that's another
Stafford
thing.
got hurt a lot.
Matt Ryan's missed like one game ever. I think one start ever or something like that. Like
Did he
that's
even miss a
another thing
start?
to
I can't
consider.
even.
Like or something like that. But like of being available is also another thing. He barely played in his first 3 years, Matt Stafford. Ridiculous. But
I don't think. Oh yeah, Ryan missed one game in 2019, and
yeah.
then he missed two in 2009.
Okay, so he's missed 3 games ever.
I don't have whether that's an injury or not.
Oh yeah, that would have to be injury based on the
Well,
years he
he
had.
could.
They
He could have
wouldn't have
just sat out the final week or something.
those years. That wouldn't make sense. They weren't playoff teams those years.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if like
Definitely not 2009 because I remember he got
2009
injured.
really.
Like he got injured
Okay,
and Matt Schaub started. Or it was Chris Redmond maybe. But
I don't think it was Schaub. He wasn't there.
yeah, he was Pro Bowling at that point. It was Chris Redmond. But
Yeah,
fucking Matt Schaub has way more.
he should come
Um,
out of retirement.
Matt Schaub is more pro. I'm sure he has at least two more Pro Bowls than Matt Stafford. And he was in the league with Brady and Rivers and Roethlisberger
I
and
want him to come out of
Manning.
retirement.
What? No,
I want him to
he's
come out of retirement.
the
To be
Schaub
fair,
one.
Schaub had more
Pro Bowls,
uh,
did he? He was Pro Bowl MVP once.
Kubiak Shanahan years than Ryan did.
Kubiak.
Like that style system, that offensive system that Ryan did so well in.
Do you mean 1 year?
Well, Ryan had 2 years, right?
Yeah, and the first year was not very good.
I remember.
The beginning of the
And
first season,
Schaub was in Houston for a while.
everyone wanted to fire Kyle Shanahan. But it's just, I mean, to be a Hall of Famer, you have to be the top five in your position for a significant stretch of time, in my opinion. And Matt Stafford's never been that. He's been top 10, of course, but I mean, from like 2010 to 2018, it was pretty much Breeze, Roethlisberger, Rivers, Manning, Ryan, Brady,
Hey, man. Yeah.
some for them. But Manning retired in like 2015, so. But I mean,
Well, no, man, yeah.
so like some
In the
form of
top five.
those have always been the top five, and Matt Stafford has never been in the top five, in my opinion. And so
Maybe this year he sneaks in
I
just on
don't think so.
play, on total play.
I mean, it was Rodgers, Brady. I'd say Josh Allen, Mahomes. I'd
Yeah,
probably put ahead of Stafford.
maybe Burrow. Mahomes didn't play as well this year, though.
I know, but he was
Like
still he didn't play.
Stafford
He wasn't the only
played
MVP. Okay,
better
well, you
than
don't include Mahomes. I
Mahomes.
mean,
As I'm saying, he's like close this year. That's
it was
all.
close, but who else would you?
Than in years past.
Lamar Jackson was
Uh,
still. Um,
anyway, I don't know if the other person's coming on or not.
I doubt it at this point, but
They said, did it get canceled? It's fine. I mean, I don't want to keep people waiting. So that doesn't
Mac
really say.
Jones has the same amount of Pro Bowls as Matt Stafford.
It's incredible Mac Jones are the Pro Bowl. Also, yeah, Pro Bowls are
Oh, Justin Herbert was definitely top five this year.
whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably.
And honestly, Kyler Murray probably was too. The
I
playoffs
remember
didn't
once he got hurt and then he wasn't as
I
good
don't
in
know,
the
but yeah, I guess
second
that's
half
true.
of the season. The first half of the season was pretty good.
Stafford wasn't a Pro Bowler this year, was he? No,
No.
because so it's, I mean, there's already not saying that that's the end all of who's the best, but I don't think Matt Stafford has any All Pros either, which is I don't even know if he has any votes for MVP. I doubt it. That's why I really didn't want the Rams to win because I knew this would happen and it pissed me off.
Wouldn't this happen with like Joe Burrow though?
No one would think Joe Burrow was a Hall of Famer.
Well, but I mean, similar like the corollary of that, where people are already saying Joe Burrow is like a top quarterback in the AFC.
I think he
Big time.
is.
The best quarterback in the AFC?
He's not the best. I'd still say Josh Allen's probably the best. Or Mahomes.
Yeah, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert.
He's up there. I mean,
Okay.
but there's a difference between being one of the best and saying that he's going into the Hall of Fame. Like the NBA just released their 75 best players, and players like Damian Lillard were on there. What? I mean, he's a great player, but like, He's never been a top 5 player in the NBA. Maybe top 10 once or twice,
Yeah, he's been top 10 a couple times.
but like, he's better than Vince Carter, better than Tracy McGrady, better than like Alex English. He's
They
top.
didn't make a list?
They did. And then freaking, you know who's worse than that made it? What's his face? Oh, Dennis Rodman. What? He's like, that might be the worst. He's probably not even a top 100 player. He's a good defender, but
Hate,
so
hate lists. Not a big lists guy.
I love lists, but fucking, he was never a top 10 player in the league. Him, like Dwight Howard was a top 3 player in the league for years, and you don't put him in? It's absolutely
Wow,
ridiculous.
Dwight Howard didn't make it?
I know, it's ridiculous. He was the best player. He and LeBron were like the best players in the NBA.
Yeah, and then he got a
2009,
bad.
2010. Yeah, I mean, he for like 8 years he was top 5 player. Dwight Howard, 7, 8 years. Like Damian Lillard was never a top 5 player. It's you have to. It's hard to compare against other eras. So you compare against your own era, and it's never. It's ridiculous. I'm sure there's
All right,
never
any other
something.
rants? Any other rants you
Um,
got?
fuck Putin. What an asshole.
I wasn't gonna get into that, but
Oh, what an asshole.
hey, when you see something you want, you gotta take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Really.
We lost our Russian audience.
No. I don't actually think so. Most Russians, I'm sure, are not very okay with this.
You, you,
Sigabluet. I don't actually know what that means. It's like some curse thing. It's a curse word or something.
I don't think what else you'd be bothered by. I mean,
I'm bothered by a lot of things.
traffic.
Anal fissures.
All right, well,
I'm just kidding, by the way.
it's a family podcast.
That was a
Yeah.
joke. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't actually. What's the weather like? Actually, I'm very curious. Like, how cold is it right now in upstate New York?
It's 21 degrees, but we're about to get hit with a foot of snow tonight.
You know how cold it is here today?
Do you want me to guess?
Yeah, it's not as cold as that. Okay.
40?
No, it was 78.
What?
It was 78 today.
In Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta. It was 78. Not the
It's
whole day, but
like,
like the high. It was there for a while.
oh, it is hot there. What's going
Look at
on?
that. It's freaking. It was like it,
I, I,
in my car. It said 78 degrees, and on my phone.
I've lived in upstate New York for a while, so I've kind of forgotten how short the winters are. It still gets pretty cold there, but it's just
Oh
not
yeah,
too
it
cold.
was it was in the 20s and 30s. It was in.
Yeah.
Um, looks like tomorrow it's going to be a low of 35 or
Yeah.
37 after today.
It,
Today's low
it'll
of
still
what?
be a little chilly, but
35.
once you hit March,
Who knows?
you don't really see any of that anymore. Whereas like, yeah, we're going into March. We're going into a bunch of
Yeah, it's
snow
like weird how
coming
it's
up.
like in 4 days. It seems like it's like a week or two away.
Like, it'll snow through April here
Really?
sometimes. Yeah,
How long?
definitely through March.
Plan on staying up there for a long time?
At least for now. It's a pretty good job. So it's hard to leave it. There are people that want me to move down, but
People, you say?
move.
Do those people include me?
Uh, sure, if
Not
that's the
really.
case. I don't think you care. Unnamed people. But it's a lot to move. You gotta move all your stuff. You gotta literally move all your stuff. That's probably too much. The house across the street from me is actually for sale or rent. I don't know. I should look it up online, see if I can find it. Like it might be available. But you're not moving anytime soon. You're gonna stay in Atlanta forever.
I don't know about
You know,
forever,
for
but for
for
the
the long
very
haul.
far foreseeable future, yeah. I can't do anything until my dog dies.
I mean, you could.
No, I can't. Where would I leave her? I mean, okay, I see what you're saying. I don't want to do anything because she's old.
You don't think she would survive a move?
Well, she's very comfortable here, and I don't want her to have to be scared, and I mean, to be in a new place, it's. I went to my cousin's house to watch the Super Bowl, and he's like in high school, and
Mhm.
he's like my second cousin, and I'm like, oh my God, my dog is older than you. He's like a sophomore in high school. He's like 16 or 17, and my dog is older than him. Weird.
Be-
In a year from now, if she's still alive, she could be in college. She's college age.
She's college age. She's going to college.
I mean, well, if you know what, when she turns 18, I'm giving her a high school diploma. I'm
Yeah.
making, I'm making her a diploma.
Well, when she turns 18, you should kick her out of the house.
You hear that, Lily?
You
I think she did hear
should-
that, except for that she's deaf.
Tell her to go get a job.
Why
When
don't
she's
we do
18,
it?
she'll figure it out.
Well, it's far away because her birthday's in December, according to the vet. We don't actually know her actual birthday, so because we rescued her
Yeah.
in 2007. She was like 3, and then 14
Approximately.
years later. Well, now almost 15 years later. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe. Well, you can give her her diploma like in May, probably. Like when she
yeah,
graduates.
but she'll still be 17. It would
Yeah,
really
but
have to be next May, which I don't think is going to be that. I don't think she's lasting that long. I
you say
told you
that
the
every
story
year.
about how my mom was going to put her down fucking almost 2 years
Yeah,
ago now, and I
but
saved her life.
you've
I
said
know.
that like 3 years in a row.
Almost
Like,
2 years later.
yeah, you keep saying
More than a year and a half later, she's still fine.
you keep saying that she's not gonna last, but she keeps lasting. So
No, my mom keeps saying she's not going to last. I think she will. I don't think she's going to last another year, but I wouldn't be surprised. Why would you
oops,
climb
yeah.
up the stairs and then just want to get back down? Oh!
Oh, something happened.
No, she's fine. She just jumped off the chair. She can climb up the stairs, but she can't climb down. It's weird. I think she just can't see.
So why would she go up if she knows that she has to come back down,
Because
or
she's
she just hasn't
senile.
put that together?
She's senile. Just a little. Just a little.
Dogs have like object permanence, right?
Yeah, I think. I would hope so.
Like other things like that. Like just wondering.
I would assume so.
Like, does she understand when you go up, you have to come down?
I don't know. Ask her.
Well, she doesn't want to come on the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry about this.
What's going on?
I got nothing else here. You have to go soon. What do you got? What's
Oh,
going
yeah,
on
no.
later?
30
This
minutes.
big thing. What's this big thing you have later tonight?
Okay, you're making a big thing. I just said I have to go at 8. Okay?
What's this
In
massive thing? You
24
got a
minutes.
date? That's
Maybe.
date time? 8 o'clock on a Thursday? It's a Thursday?
No.
Yeah.
That's going to be a negative ghostwriter. Tore a muscle in my arm or something the other day. I don't know. I might need Tommy John surgery.
I don't
My
think
mom
so.
got Tommy John surgery.
What'd she do? She
She
threw
fell
a
off a
pitch?
mountain. Well, not off a
No.
mountain. She fell on a mountain. She fell while on a mountain
Oh, okay.
and tore her like UCL
Yeah.
and my cousin did the surgery. Who's the He's the Braves hand and arm doctor. Although he doesn't do their Tommy John surgeries, I'm pretty sure.
So why did he do?
Because he can?
Why doesn't he do the Braves Tommy John
I don't know.
surgeries?
But he does do like the hand surgeries. I guess he doesn't do the elbow ones. When Freddie Freeman broke his hand a couple years ago, that was my cousin. He got hit in the hand, I think.
I think more people should get Tommy John surgery.
Everyone gets Tommy John surgery nowadays. Like every pitcher, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Tommy John should be in the Hall of Fame. Not for that, but he's also a great pitcher.
For the
Not for
surgery.
that.
But
It's crazy.
yeah,
Like every
yeah.
single person.
You just kind of
Just like a
expect
slow
it.
motion of a pitch. It's like your arm is not supposed to do that.
You're gonna have that's yeah. I was gonna say
It's like
the pitching motion itself,
I
just throwing
don't
a baseball. It's like
understand how they don't rip their arm off every time. There was a guy who actually did that. A guy who like his arm like broke when he threw a pitch, like ripped off
mhm.
the bone or something. I don't know. Not like
I wonder.
amputated, but he
I
like
wonder if like we get more cushioning around the elbow evolutionary.
because of baseball.
Wow. I'm
Just
really
like for
picking a small
the past
demographic.
100 years, humans have had more cushioning to develop good pitchers. I mean, hey,
I'm just
nature works in mysterious ways.
I, I'm really projecting here, but I'm just saying
I don't know.
that's if you believe in evolution.
Um, 1 second. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Damn, all these sports are expelling Russia.
Are you gonna talk in a full sentence, or are you just gonna
Oh, I
say
said all.
one word?
I think soccer.
They're expelling Russia? What do you mean?
Well, no. I think F1 is gonna not get rid of the Russian Grand Prix. Champions League final was moved away from Russia. Oh, they're dropping all these Russian sponsorships. Oh my God. Daniil Medvedev is going to become the number one player in tennis. He's like the first number one player in tennis in like 20 years. That's not Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic or Murray.
Or
It's actually
one of the same five people?
four. But yeah.
Is it really just those Murray?
Yeah, just one. That's been number one in the past
Those.
20 years. Yeah. Maybe like 19 years. I don't know. But
You see King Richard?
the what?
King
I didn't even
Richard,
see.
the movie.
No, I haven't. With Will Smith.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You see Juwan Howard punch the Wisconsin assistant head coach?
Oh,
Or
here, I'm
the
gonna push back. Everyone's talking about how he punched him. He kind of did an open hand punch. It was
he
more of
hit
a
him.
slap.
He hit
Yeah,
him.
more of a slap. I think we need to define punch better because he was going for a punch, and in the last second he's like, maybe I shouldn't punch this guy. I'll just open my hand at the end. I've already committed to the motion. So it was definitely intended to be a punch, but then he kind of realized, hey, I shouldn't do that. But has there been disciplinary action yet? I haven't even seen.
He's got suspended for 5 games.
Did he?
Five,
Okay, I didn't see.
which is
Yeah,
like the rest of the regular season.
suspended 5 games. Yeah.
I saw a tweet from like a fake Juwan Howard. It was like, you know, it listed all these things like you can accuse me of this, you can accuse me of this, and you can accuse me of this, but don't call that a punch. That was a slap. But like these things that were like ridiculous things you can accuse me against are things that he's actually done. It was like
He's
you can accuse me of having like a DUI, but you can accuse me of what was it? It was purposefully infecting people with herpes, and like it
he's an
turns out
interesting guy. Yeah,
those are things he actually did. Like what? He actually purposefully infected someone with herpes?
he's an interesting guy. Had a pretty long career too.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
94 to
Never-
2013.
I just remember him on the
You only
Heat.
remember him with the Heat,
Oh yeah, in the end of his career,
but yeah, played in a bunch of teams.
because he was there with like when they won. He was like on the bench, rode the bench to a championship, or multiple championships. He was on the bench with LeBron, and Dwayne, and Chris Bosh.
He was in, yeah, I was gonna say he was with the
He
crew.
won three with them, right? Or two,
Two,
two, two, two, two.
two.
They won two. Not one, not three, but two. You remember LeBron going not one, not two, not three. It was two. It was two. He was wrong.
Yeah,
He
shit,
was
not as
really
good as
upset about the timeout, but like that's not even the worst timeout that's been called in his career. He should be upset. That's not the timeout he should be really upset about.
I don't understand why people get so. I shouldn't say this, but why they get so
You know
emotional
what I'm
about
talking
this.
about? I hope you do. The timeout that Chris Webber called in the championship game when they didn't have a timeout, Michigan, the Fab
Oh
Five.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
Jordan. He
Five.
was on the team.
Was he on that team?
Yeah, he was on the
I
Fab
guess
Five. It was him,
he was. It
Jalen
was
Rose,
him.
Chris Webber. I actually don't remember the other two people. I don't think they were NBA.
Come on, get there, get there. Got John
Jimmy
Howard,
King
Jalen
and Ray
Rose, Chris
Jackson.
Webber.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. What?
Yeah, I was just getting to them. Jimmy King and Ray Jackson. Oh, first one. Anything else you want to cover on the show before you have to leave for bigger and better things? You got a date tonight, so
Yeah,
while you get
yeah,
ready for that.
yeah, whatever.
You really don't like the thing you're about to do. It's what I'm taking away from this.
No, I have a show I want to watch. It's really that simple.
That's it?
Yeah. Oh God, my
Good
computer's
show.
off today. It doesn't matter. Private.
Huh?
It's private. It's personal information.
You're not allowed to tell? You're not allowed to
No,
say what you're
no,
gonna watch?
I'm not.
It's on tonight. It's live tonight?
It's live at 8. That's all I'm giving you. There's so many
That's all
shows
you're
I'm
giving
watching.
me? I can
I
figure it
actually
out.
don't even know. Let's see. Live TV at tonight. Let's look. Let's see what's on. Let's look at TV Guide. It's going to go in order right here. It could be, first thing, oh, it could be the new Young Sheldon. Ooh, that's interesting.
Could be that.
Station 19, the new Law and Order. I don't even know what Station 19 is. Joe Millionaire, for richer or poorer. I don't even
I
know.
can see you watching that.
Eagle House,
I've heard that's interesting.
live. I'm looking for new.
Dateline, you
New
can watch Dateline.
Sure. What else we got?
It's a
Tucker
new.
Carlson tonight. I could watch the new Tucker Carlson.
That could be you.
My
Dark
Best
Team.
Friend's Secret Life. My Killer Body with Kay Michelle.
Anderson Cooper. You can watch that.
Maybe. But that's like a
BattleBots.
Battle Bots. That'd be pretty cool. We got Jersey Shore Family Vacation.
Is it on a cable network? Can you give me that?
Yeah.
Okay, like it's not like dropping on a streaming service.
No. It's not a cable.
Okay,
We
okay.
got Race Night. I don't even know what that is.
All right. I honestly don't know what it would be.
Yeah, well, I
Good.
think Dan
For our
Abrams.
listeners, have to figure this out. All in with Chris Hayes.
That's on MSNBC, right?
Yeah.
That's like a talk show, though. That's what I'm talking about.
I
A
don't know if you're
news
watching
talk
it.
show. Um,
That's all I got here.
well, it could be
It's got
because It could be there's someone I really like who's going to be a guest on one of these talk shows. You know, who knows?
Is that what you're watching? You're watching a talk show?
Yeah, I'm not going to mention it.
It's got to be Young Sheldon.
Young show. Did you
Yeah,
see
but
the
it's.
playoff game where? Let me plug in my computer. Where? Did you see the playoff game on Nickelodeon? The Cowboys
I
and the.
didn't watch it on Nickelodeon, but I saw
Oh,
some
come on! It was great and
snippets.
awful. It was like it was
It's too
amazingly
much.
bad. But like it
It's too
was
much.
good. It wasn't like so. It wasn't bad. Like, oh, I don't want to watch this. It was good.
I
Every
did
time
see
there
that.
was a penalty,
Yeah,
young Sheldon would pop up and
I
explain what the
say yeah.
penalty
I saw those. I saw those clips. Young Sheldon explaining what a false start is or something. But like comparing it to like whatever it was like doing this is like not turning your homework in on time or whatever.
was. I don't remember the exact words he said.
He said stuff like that is what I saw. But anyway, so I'll let Noah go watch Young Sheldon
Hmm.
tonight at 8 on CBS. Not a sponsor. Uh, Thanks for coming on. The other person never made it, so that won't be mentioned.
Okay. He's probably too busy doing Supreme Court stuff. Oh, whoops. Never mind.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Wait, wait, wait.